In this lesson, we're going to look at loan term and interest rate trade-offs. Specifically, interest rates can be volatile, and so the Morgans here want to compare how different loan terms and interest rates affect their monthly payment. Okay, and so what we're going to look at is we're going to assume they're going to borrow $400,000, and we're going to compare loans that have terms of 15, 20, 25, and 30 years, and interest rates that range from 3.25% to 7 in increments of 0.25%. And we're going to do this using a two-variable data table. So let's do that. And so here, what we're considering is we said we're going to start with interest rates at 3.25%, and these interest rates are going to go up by 0.25%, and we're going to consider that all the way until we get to 7%. And then we're also going to consider when we have loans that have terms of 15, 20, and go as far as 30 years. Okay, and so what's important here when we have two variable data tables is that once we add one variable that is changing, so here for us is going to be the APR, and then we consider the other input variable that's changing for us, the loan term, then because we're in two dimension, that just leaves one value that we can output on the table. And so here we're going to say this is going to be the monthly payment. Okay, and so to construct the two variable data table, again, we're going to highlight the entire table. We're going to go to the Data tab, select What If Analysis, and do Data Table. And here we are going to say that for the data that we have organized here in a row, we want to apply this and input this into cell C5, and then the interest rates, which are organized as a column, the column input cell where we're going to plug in each of these values is cell C6. And then we're going to return the loan payment. And so when we do this, this then becomes the different monthly payments that we are going to have on an ongoing basis for this set of terms and these interest rates. And then here we can format this again using the format cells and changing this to say, we could call it APR, okay, and this is going to be basically tied to what is happening down here, and then we can call this loan term in years. Okay, and this analysis for us is a monthly payment analysis. Okay, and again, as I said before, we could have done this just with the payment function, but we'll see in exercises that there are models that we're going to build that are more complex, and using a two variable data table will allow us to do that more easily. And so again, using control tilde, we see that the table is dynamic, that we're taking each of these inputs and plugging them in to C5, the ones in the row, and then the column into C6, and returning the payment amount that we have in cell C7.